In this presentation, I will be discussing the history of Somali writing systems. Somali is an Afro-Asiatic language, so it is distantly related to Semitic languages such as Arabic. It is spoken by the majority of the population in Somalia and Djibouti, and by about 5% of the populations of Ethiopia and Kenya. There are various dialects, but it is considered a single language by locals. Before European colonization, Somali was written in the Arabic alphabet and was mainly used by merchants and religious men. When Europe colonized the Somali-speaking part of Africa, the Latin alphabet, which was used by all European countries that colonized Africa, became more relevant, and so a debate began over which writing system should be officially used. In the 20th century, both Somalis and non-Somalis created writing systems made specifically for Somali that could be used instead of Latin or Arabic. Osmia is the most prominent of these writing systems, with numerous literary works written in it. It was created in the early 1920s by Osman Yusuf Kenadid, the son of a former sultan. When Italian authorities discovered Kenadid's new alphabet, they imprisoned him due to worries about Somali nationalism. Nationalist movements caused its use to increase following World War II. The Borama and Kadare scripts were two other prominent writing systems that were developed and used following Osmia, but neither were as common as Osmia. When Somalia became independent in 1960, the Arabic and Latin alphabets were the main contenders for the official script. Those who wanted to use Arabic argued that its familiarity with common people and its use prior to colonization would make it easier for people to learn, and that it was the right choice from a religious perspective due to Arabic's use in Islamic writings. Those who were for using the Latin alphabet argued that there were already Latin-based printers and typewriters in the country. The debate ended when a coup d'etat by the Somali military resulted in a change of government. They decided to use the Latin alphabet because that is what the military had been using. In class, we discussed how different aspects of Africans' way of living changed significantly due to colonialism. Somali writing systems are no exception. Prior to colonization, only Arabic writing was used due to the heavy Arab influence in Somalia and a lack of influence from other people that had writing. When Europeans came to Somalia, they brought their own writing system. Because writing wasn't very common in Somalia until colonization, the little but exclusively used Arab writing system was pitted against the European Latin alphabet as the primary writing system for Somalia. This divide led to Somalians creating new writing systems to be used exclusively for Somali. But, in the end, due to the heavy European influence and other factors, the Latin alphabet prevailed. In class, we also discussed how political allegiances changed due to colonization. The changes in politics impacted the usage and need of a Somali writing system. Prior to colonization, the area where Somali was spoken had little need of writing for political purposes due to the weak organization of governments, and in some areas, lack of any central government that existed in the region. When the Europeans came, more centralized governments were established that needed writing in order to manage them. Once the government in Somalia, the country with the most Somali speakers, had an agreed-upon writing system, there was an officially established writing system for people to use.